Okay, hello everybody. My name is Saftisch, and I will be casting a game of a StarCraft 2 mod called Starbo between our red Zerg player here called Saftisch. He was actually random, but he spawned a Zerg and he's announcing it as well, so his opponent knows what he's up against. His opponent will be HyunA, I think I will call him. It's an interesting nick. Well, I shouldn't say anything, I'm Saftisch, which is also a very tough to pronounce nick. But he's the purple Terran at the top. The map is a former Brood War map called Destination. For those of you who played Brood War, will be quite familiar with this map. Like I said, this is not StarCraft 2, this is a mod called Starbo, which has some different features from StarCraft 2. One of the key features is economy. As you can see, every SV that brings back mineral brings back 7 instead of 5 minerals. So the early game economy is a bit stronger, and every worker becomes a bit more valuable. They've also been buffed back to their 60 HP. Also to note that Starbo is in beta mode, so every time you play a game of Starbo, something new has happened or something has changed. So things are constantly changing and balancing at the moment. Each mineral patch is fully saturated by only 2 minerals, so that encourages more expanding and more aggressive expansions as well. There are more space control units in Starbo as well, so it's easier to defend and hold expansions. Also, the high ground has a better advantage now with a 50% miss chance. Used to be 30% less damage. It's been changed in the latest patch. Anyway, we have Terran versus Zerg. Terran scouting out here, seeing that there was a hatch first and then a pool, which is quite normal. Quite normal at the moment for Starbo, quite normal for StarCraft 2 as well. And Starbo also has quite a bit of new units, which you will be... so much going on in the chat here. Quite a bit of new units which we will be watching. And like I said, it will be more space controlling units. The Marine is still here, but as you can see, if we click on the barracks, we have a Firebat, which is only from the single player mod and also from Brood War, and the Medic, which is also from single player and Brood War. There's no Medivacs in Starbo, only the Medics and a normal dropship instead, and Ghosts, which are a bit different. It says here they can use sniper round, EMP, lockdown, and personal cloaking. I think that is true. We'll see. Sometimes these things are not. Well, I can't move my mouse and read at the same time, but sometimes these things are not true. We see HyunA also going for a fairly quickly expand and keeping his barracks on the high ground while trying to make a depot wall at the low ground. Some Zerglings are out just to be safe and already transferring some workers. You can see he's making queens. Queens are in Starbo as they are in StarCraft 2, but they have a little bit of different roles. They do not they can inject, as you will see this queen probably do shortly. Come on, Saftisch, don't disappoint me. Oh, there we go, he injected. But what the injection does is that larvas are being spawned faster from this building. They're not more. There's only a maximum of 3 larvas, but they spawn quicker. I think it's 70% quicker actually, but I might be wrong about that. He's just running around checking with his Zerglings. Oh, I think I missed a little bit of action already. Sorry about that. Well, 2 more barracks going down, a bunker going down. He's HyunA's playing safe and quite economic game by expanding so quickly. Zerg is not following up with the 3rd expansion, but is rather taking towards the lair, keeping his injects going and his creep spread going as well. Creep spread is the same as in StarCraft 2. Well, no, yes, creep spread is the same, but creep does not give much more speed to Zerg units, just tiny bit, but it regenerates their HP. So if he sent his Zergling back to the creep, he could just stay there for a couple of seconds, maybe like 10 seconds, and be back to full health and send it back again. So that's pretty neat. There's more upgrades for the Marines as well, but we'll get into that as the games move along. Right now, not too much is happening. Nice scan, sees the layer. I don't know if he sees. Did he see the hydrogen? Let's see. If he clicked on it, he saw the hydrogen, which is important to note. TVZ in Starbo feels a little bit more like TVZ in Brood War than TVZ in StarCraft 2. there because we have lurkers, which we will be seeing soon. But mutalisks are not as common in ZVT in Starbo as they were in Brood War. Simply because you cannot stack them as you could before. Just making up a lot of Marines. Not too much has happened in the early game. He's grabbing another expansion. Saftisch is. What a great nick, Saftisch. I'll have to get into that if I have time. Saft is a drink, and yeah, well, in Norway at least it is. Anyway, getting an engineering bay, getting some upgrades. Hopefully, is that reactors? Double reactor. Let's get some tabs going here, man. I'm so noob at this. Let's see the name panels, everything. Oh, okay, base is looking so much better. We can look at the supply. So much more to talk about. All the production. We have stim. We have +1 weapons. Stim is the same. Well, no, not completely actually. Oh, clearing out some Zerglings and pushing a little bit. Nope, just clearing out the Zerglings with a small group of Marines. We have stim. Stim works the same, but it has a shorter duration. So you have to stim right as you are attacking and not before the attack to have maximum effect. So it demands a little bit more of the player. Most of the changes in Starbo demands more of the player to make it the skill cap higher, I would say. Well, you can argue about the skill cap and everything. You also have a range upgrade for Marines. The combat shield is gone, but you have a range upgrades to make the Marines shoot longer. Just gonna poke out a little bit, snatch the Zergling from the Starbo watchtower, and maybe clear up some creep. We'll see. In the meantime, he's hopefully he's not caught off guard. He has some Hydralisks. Hydralisks are actually hatchery tech now, and he has some spine crawlers, and he's morphing those Hydralisks into lurkers. He's setting up for a flank here, I think, with Zerglings, but I think it's gonna get spotted. Yeah, this should get spotted. And he might just lose these Zerglings, which is not good at all. Yes, runaway Zerglings, you don't want to be there. And he's probably going to pick up on this expansion. No, he's not. He's just going to sit there. It's too bad. Now we're getting a surround here. This is not looking too good for these Marines. Well, if they can attack the Zerglings before the other ones come in, then it does look better. Now the lurkers come, and if we... Yeah, no. These Marines won't do much with the lurkers here. You can see how the lurkers work. It's quite fun to watch, actually, as they pretty much just slaughter Marines with their with their spines on. That was spines. Come on, we need a more fancy name for that. Spines. Oh well. So Zerg is feeling relatively safe with his lurkers now out. If that push had come maybe half a minute earlier, he might have been able to snipe this hatchery, but it was just a little bit too late. Now, Hydralisks, as I said, are hatchery tech, but to get the lurkers and to upgrade your Hydra Den to lurker den, you need the lair. Yeah. So right now things are stabilizing a little bit. He's still on 2 bases. He's trying to get up his starport tech, which is very important in TVZ, just because we have the science vessel reintroduced again. So they can detect the lurkers and they can irradiate them, and making them a very powerful counter to lurkers, or at least not a direct counter, but a very important unit to have against the lurkers. Another thing to point out, as there are no engagements at the moment, is that the mules are gone, but you can call down SAVs. It costs both energy and 50 minerals, so it only helps you to produce extra many SAVs. It does not give you any free minerals per se, so that's a little bit different as well. He's going to try to snipe the 4th base, which I think will be more successful than his 3rd base attempt. Yeah, forcing a cancel. A good of saftisch to cancel and not just letting that die. And can he get out of here alive with his Marine still? I doubt that. Seems that, yeah, well, he's doing some good micro, and he is losing as few as possible, but these will inevitably die. Can he get a lurker? Oh, come on, scan. Ah, no, 7 hit points left. Well, they do regenerate slowly. But he can try to snatch the free orders. That's really nice. If you can just send just very, very few servants there, this will be very easily killed. In the meantime, HyunA is doing the smart thing and expanding behind this small poke, which is very good. You can get a 3rd base very safely up. I like this so much. You know, Saftisch has so many lurkers. He could park right out here and it would be a pain for Hyun, but he can't park out there right now because he's warding off all these little engagements, these small attacks. And here comes a dropship full of marines going to harass this base, some harassment, as Day 9 would say, and see if he can do that or if he can react in time. But the point here is it's keeping saftisch from burrowing here in front and causing havoc for HyunA, keeping him from putting a few lurkers behind there. And he can he get the... No, he cannot get the hatchery, but he got the hatchery on pretty low health, so he can snipe it from there. In the meantime, yeah, he needs to work on his science vessels count, and he is working on his science vessels count, which is good. It's just being supply blocked at the moment. Another thing that you see is we are at 14:30 into the game. If this was StarCraft 2, I think the supplies would have been a bit higher as well. Every unit here has a little less supply, so you can get a little bit bigger armies in Starbo than you usually can in StarCraft 2. Before you are supply capped. Trying to stop this fourth base again from coming up. Hyun is relentless in his little pokes and prompts. I like this so much. Keeping saftisch in the back and not aggressive. You want to put on the aggression as Terran. Zerg works very much as Zerg did in Brood War. If you just let Zerg be and do nothing about him, you're in a world of trouble. Any irradiate? No irradiate. Okay, there we go. Some irradiate on the back one, so I don't know if I like that. Should have had him on the front, but you should be able to clean up these Zerglings without the lurker support. And right now they're just in a stalemate. And dropping. Oh, I didn't see that. Dropping out Sinner. Can he snipe that hatchery? That was amazing because he's forcing all his units to be back here while trying to get this hatchery down. If you can just target fire that hatchery. Oh, come on. If you had just target. Yeah, that was close, Dawson. That's right. If you had just target fire the hatchery, he would have been dead. But at the meantime, he can. Oh, saftisch mined out his little mineral patches as it's so he's saying, "Welcome in, Hyun. Come in here and kill some workers." This is not good at all. Well, can he snipe this hatchery? In the meantime, saftisch is using... No! A little bit indecisive what to do. I think he has enough in skill. He could have just moved forth and denied this fourth base from here. I'm just gonna call him he, something like that. I'm gonna have a tongue twist every time I pronounce this guy's name. It's gonna be horrible. Let's look at some of the upgrades for the science vessel. They have 3 interesting spells. They have the nerve jammer, which... Well, I don't know if I'll be able to talk about this with all this action going on. Well, saftisch is denying the fourth base now of HyunA, which is very nice. Finally getting some damage in here. And no, not going to the third base, just retreating before he... No! Saftisch is very indecisive in this game, making it very difficult to cast. Now, if he could have just borrowed some... Well, yeah, you're gonna have to lift this up. And he's gonna be trapped by the windows. Oh, well, he's waiting for him to retreat, so this could be pretty bad if he can get a good split and some nice irradiates, and not use too many medics at the moment. Oh, you're going to need some detection. Oh, that was great. I thought he was going to lose a lot of marines there, but getting those irradiates off helps so much. I was saying something. I don't remember. Oh well. Yes, upgrades on science vessels. They have the irradiate, which is a spell from Brood War. Which makes the unit slowly take damage over time. If they are weak enough, they will die from irradiate, and they will also damage nearby units, even if they are burrowed, as they didn't do in Brood War. Poking again, I like this. Just poking around, poking around. They also have the nerve jammer, which makes an area on the ground such that no enemy units. Yeah, enemy units cannot attack in that area or use their attacks. It's very nice and positional. I like that spell quite a bit. And then they have the EMP, which was moved from Ghosts to the science vessel. So that was yeah, we'll talk about that later after this engagement. You see him just irradiating up the lurkers, which is nice, softening them up before they can do anything, and trying to finally snipe this hatchery. There we go. Nice decision, knowing that hatchery was weak from the previous attempts to destroy it. Finally, for saftisch, getting those scourges out, which are so good at sniping the science vessels. Scourges are also a non-StarCraft 2 unit that is in Starbo, but they are from War. They are kind of like air banelings. They suicide into air units, but they can overkill. So if you just right-click every one of them on one unit, then they overkill them, and you lose all the scourges. They're quite gas expensive, so you don't want to do that. You want to split them up. Let's see if you can do this. Split them up right into those. Oh, this is so nice, killing up so many. Ooh, yes, snaging. Getting 3 science vessels. There's 2 skirmishes per science vessel. That was very nice from Saftisch. And this is what he wants. He wants to burrow his lurkers right out his front door, making and take the map in the background, controlling HyunA and confining him to small spaces. But right now there's too many science vessels out. Can't do this. Yeah, too few, too little, and too late. In the meantime, wow, this is incredible. Dropping and harassing and just keeping Saftisch on his toes, making sure he cannot get a strong economy. Although there's a little bit of a bank here. So even though he is killing bases, he's been saving up a trust fund. While HyunA, on the other hand, is very good at using his minerals. At least it's difficult spending that much gas versus a serve player when you're Terran. Well, you have the science vessels costing more gas than minerals, but that's about it. I wish he had gone for some siege tanks though. I think that would have been nice versus the lurkers and for some more space control to get, to secure these locations easier with some siege tanks and turret placements together with the marines and the medics. I think that could have been good. Trying to reestablish this base and wow, right on top of it again. Never letting his army be idle. I love this background. He's making so many right moves. But here we go with some monster ultralists. They even look bigger than the blue Starbow cube, but I don't think they are. I think that's just me not being used to my screen having such good graphics as I had to turn on for this stream. But yeah, ultralists just slaughtering these groups with some lurkers in addition as well. This is just, yeah, funny. He did cancel the base though, but this is a bit too much price to pay. Yeah, he did kill some ultralists as well. I'm excited to see if HyunA is going to try to take this base again, but he's establishing this one at the moment. So, oh, and another dropship. Here we go. I think he's going to try and drop here. Let's see, where are you headed, dropship? You are heading here. So he's trying to actually work in both of these expansions. Now, Saftisch has been having this expansion up for a while, but he hasn't really been mining at it, so it's not too efficient there. He doesn't really need to, but well, if he did, he could make more hatcheries and he could macro more. But let's see if this dropship's going to do anything. Well, oh, this is so good. He's going to move up there. Oh, this is scan. Oh no. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, no, not the medics too. Not the medics too. Oh, that was. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I don't know if HyunA can recover from this position. He can irradiate ultralists, he can lift, he can run away, he can try to make more units, but he has no economy and he has no army. He had the army, he had a great army. It was about the same size. It wasn't much bigger, but it was about the same size. But now he has nothing, and this drop has still done nothing because he's been so preoccupied with this other base right here. But he has been really good with these drops. It has been keeping in the game for so long, but that move right here, let's look at, oh, where are these lurkers? Some of these lurkers have like 24 kills. 4, well, 8. 24 kill lurker, that's just sickening. And here comes the scourges killing the science vessels. Oh, yeah, this is pretty much it, I think. But that was, well, I'm not gonna wrap up the game before it's completely wrapped up, but so far it's been a really nice game, really nice from HyunA, putting under pressure, some really nice moves from Saftisch, especially with burning those lurkers there. That was so good. He has some ultralists just hanging out by the mineral patches with a lonely hydralisk. I guess he's buddying up with them, and he's finally cleaning up this drop as well, so I don't know where he can get. As I was observing this game, I made the same comment I'm doing right now. Soft has this. Yes, he does. I don't know what else to say. He can irradiate, he can sacrifice some scourgers to missile turrets, but he cannot get an economy going. He has very little minerals left. He has nothing in his. Oh, he has a tiny bit in his main, but he cannot mine from this location. He cannot mine from this location, and even though Saftisch isn't mining much as well, he is having an economy, which is a huge difference. He's got up on high, but he hasn't done anything with this high. Oh, of course he has. He has his ultralisk cavalry. Sorry, that was a very stupid sentence. Oh, and older skirmishes. Yeah, I'm even calling the GG for him. Man, that's so mean. Sorry about that, HyunA. I didn't. But you did give us an excellent game, and you kept up the harassment so well. It was just that, man, that those burrowed lurkers, they just did everything for this game. Yeah, this is pretty much it from here on. He's even distance mining because his orbit is in the air. Oh well. Well, I don't know what more to say. There's nothing he can do at the moment. Let's look at the units here. We have 7 Marines, 1 Science Vessel, and there we go. GG. Okay, that wraps this game up. I hope you enjoyed it. This was Starbo, a StarCraft 2 mod. If you like this game and you like the mod and want to check it out more, you visit December Com's channel. He has a lot more video commentaries for this, a mod, and he has